All right. Well, hello, everybody. Greetings. Welcome to the Book and Cook Experience. What's up? How y'all doing? Anna, how are you?
Hey, yay. I'm so excited to have you here and have us here. Hey, Chef B.
Greetings, Anna. Hello, hello. And I see Karen. Let's see, there's someone else on here. Let's see. There's Adrian. I can't see Adrian just yet. And there's Karen. How y'all
Hello,
today?
I'm good. How are you all?
Oh, I'm wonderful. I'm wonderful. Uh-oh, I think Adrian, we lost her. So hopefully she'll be coming right back. And then we have a few others, right? We have four people total. Well, six people total, four more people that need to join us. There go. There goes Adrian again. Oh, cancel. There we go. All right. So I'm just gonna hang out here for a couple more minutes. And we want to see if everybody gets on. Andy, you want to reach out and just make sure that they know that we started?
Yes, will do.
Awesome. Now, I sent everybody a reminder email at about 9 a.m. this morning. Did you all get that? Yes, no, maybe so. Did y'all get it?
Yes.
Awesome. All right. All right, Adrian, can you hear me? Can you see me? Adrian, if you can turn on your camera real quick, that would be awesome. I would love to see your face. I don't know if she can. Can she hear me? Adrian, can you hear me? Adrian? And then look, Anna, did we catch you? And I think she turned off her camera.
I'm texting Mia and Saniqua explained that she's not able to join today.
Okay.
And Diane is running a few minutes late, and I am just waiting to hear back from Mia.
Mia's
And I
running
think
now.
that's it.
Mia's coming.
Okay. Okay.
Yep, Mia's on her way. I just let her enter the Zoom room. So she's here. All right. All right, so just quickly, I want you guys to introduce yourselves. Just who are you? Please just get off of mute with your camera. And then once you introduce yourself, if you feel most comfortable getting back on mute, that's fine. But I would love to see you first. And then what we'll do is I'll let you guys pin me so that we can you could see everything, okay? So Anna, I'll let you go first since you spearheaded all of this. Introduce yourself. Just who are you? Where do you live? And what do you hope to gain from today's class?
Absolutely. Who I am. Anna McCahern. I'm in Richmond, Virginia. And I've been following your work, Chef B, since I want to say like 2016, 17, when you were doing quarterly, I don't know what you would call it. It was quarterly,
Sweats.
these sweats. Yes, quarterly sweats. And so that's when I was first introduced to your food. And
Yes.
the it was plant-based at a time when I was transitioning from regular, eating like I have always eaten.
Yep.
And I was transitioning to more plant-based. I was following a more Kemetic style diet at that time.
Nice.
And when I was introduced to your food, it was delicious um and made with such intention, and all of that really resonated with me at that time. And so I've been following your work since then, and I am so excited to cook with you. This is actually my first time cooking with you. I've always
Wow,
tasted your
that's
prepared food.
true.
Yes, and so I'm excited to watch you do it, and excited to share it with my beloveds. These are my besties, my sister, my daughter's bestie, the heartbeats of me, sisterhood embodied. And one more thing before we get off before I change to the next person, I wanted to tell you a little bit about Chef B and my connection with her. Why I follow you. I guess that's it, right?
Mm.
So I follow her because she's a pure sister. She's a Spelman graduate. She went to the Mama Ilyanla's program, Wonder Woman weekends and things of that nature. So like she genuinely cares about how we take care of ourselves. Full stop, no bullshit, you know? And so I appreciate how she transmits the information about how I need to care for myself and how I can care for others. And so that's why I am so excited to be able to see how I'm complete.
Oh, that's so beautiful. Thank you, Hannah. I love that. And I've done quite a few things together, and I'm so grateful that we're here now to share what I love with the people that she loves. So awesome, 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 awesome. All right, so let's see. I'm gonna go with you, Karen. Who are you? Just introduce yourself
Sure.
and what you hope to get from today.
So I am Karen Flyler. I am Anna's sister. And so I'm coming in wanting to expand my I like to cook. And so I want to also get into doing some more plant-based dishes and ideas and finding, tasty recipes to just kind of expand my cookbook collection and just recipes. So
Ashe,
I'm
Ashe.
here. Yeah, and
Beautiful.
I am in Charlottesville, Virginia. So
Yes. All right, two Charlottesville, Virginia folks. All right. All right, Mia.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mia. I am Anna's daughter's best friend. Anna's also my bonus mom. She's my second mom. So,
Aw.
um, so basically, Anna invited me to this opportunity. Is she still on? Oh, sorry. I didn't see you. Anna invited me to this opportunity, and I am here to just learn different ways of eating healthy and eating right. I just turned 30 back in January, so I am on just a spiritual journey in all forms. So inner health, physical health, and this is just an opportunity for me to just learn healthier ways of eating. And that's something that I've been wanting to do for a long time. And I'm located in DC as well.
Awesome. Welcome, welcome in, Mia. Okay, let's see. I believe there's Adrian. Adrian is muted, so we can't see her screen. Adrian, are you able to come off mute with your screen so we can?
No, ma'am, I can't. I may have to have Anna have you send it to my other phone because with this one, it won't let me enable my video for some reason.
Oh, I see. Let me see. I just
Um,
asked you in
oh,
the
hold
video.
on. Okay, let's see. So start my video.
That works. Let's see if that
No,
works.
it says access your phone from camera devices.
Okay, you know what? Probably you had to kind of just check
Yeah,
your.
I'll go check my settings and stuff right after this. But just want to say hello. My name is Adrienne. I got a call. Um, I'm from Hyattsville, Maryland, besties with Anna, and I'm really looking to eat healthier. This premenopause thing is kicking my butt, and I'm gaining weight, and I love to bake and other stuff. So when I saw that you had desserts in that cookbook, I'm gonna do every one of them. I promise you.
Well, I
But yeah,
love to do the dessert too, but I'm like, I can't do all the bread and the wheat and woo. So I had to
yes.
come up with something that was better that made me just feel satiated. So I hear you, mama.
Exactly. And with this dessert we're making with the avocados and chocolate chips, oh, I can't wait. That's
Yeah,
all I
that
got.
was good. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Absolutely. So it's an honor. So I'm gonna try to get my video working. So I'm all
Okay,
set.
no problem. And if I have to let you back in, no worries. I could do that.
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
Jeff
All right.
B.
So
Diane is coming.
Come in? No, she's not here yet.
Diane is okay. She just texted. She's coming.
Okay, she's coming. Okay, so here's what I'll do. Let me, I'm just gonna pin my screen right now. So pin me, guys. Just make sure you pin me because I want us to have a really good recording because I'm gonna send the recording to you guys, okay? So you should be able to just see me when you pin me. Just go to my picture. And then when you go to my picture, basically there's 3 dots at the top. And then what you want to do is hit pin. So I should look, it just should be me on the screen. I'll still hear your voices so you can ask questions, but I just want to make sure that you guys get a really nice recording of the recipes. Sounds good? All right. So I'm going to just welcome you back in here to the Book and Cook Experience. I wanted to say why I decided to do this. So the cookbook that we're going to be cooking from today, Let Plants Nourish You, I actually wrote this cookbook in 2018. October 2018 is when it was released. And I've literally been selling copies of the cookbook over these last 5 years. I've been a full-time professor, now turned full-time entrepreneur, health coach, raw and plant-based chef, business coach, just all the things. And realized I was like, you know what? You know, one of the things that people say a lot when they get this book is, oh my gosh, it's so pretty. By the way, did you all get your cookbooks? You guys all got your books?
Absolutely.
Wonderful.
Still waiting for mine. I think
Yeah.
I was able to track it. I think it'll be here probably tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for mine too.
Okay. So the cookbook, people often say, wow, this is so pretty. And I even ran into someone recently who cleans people's homes. And she said, I know her. So she said that she saw the cookbook. It was propped up nicely on a little stand in someone's kitchen, etc. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. But I think for me, I'm like, are people really cooking from the book? Are they really utilizing these recipes? Because oftentimes when we buy cookbooks, particularly if they're beautiful, we like kind of just adore them and we don't necessarily utilize them to really get all the things that we need to get that the book has. So I decided to shift things a little bit and okay, I want you guys to get this book, but then I also want you to see the magic of the essential oils and the beautiful things that we have inside the book. Hence the Book and Cook Experience. So it's an opportunity for you guys to bring your folks together, get some different recipes, because the cool thing is we have all those recipes in there. So every experience is going to be different. Bring people together that you love and that you feel really need support with their health and wellness, and that they need to also get cooking together with you. I personally think that cooking is where the healing is. And so for me, my goal is to get all these folks cooking. I need to have, I said 10,000 families cooking again. And that could be one recipe per month. But you guys need to get back into the kitchen. Things like this on a Sunday. There's not, you know, much happening on Sunday. People are kind of getting ready for their work week. This is an awesome time to do a cooking class where you can just kind of really get ready for the week, have fun, engage, learn, all the things. All right, I'm gonna let her in. And so hence we're here. So we have 2 recipes that we're going to do today. One is a sweet recipe and one is a savory recipe, all right? One of the other things that I wanna say, there's 2 big things that I wanna communicate about this book. I'm a raw foodist in that I learned how to do raw foods. And I wanted to do a cookbook that not only had cooked foods, but also raw foods, because raw foods, you have so many nutrients that you're not killing when you're cooking food. And I really wanted people to experience that. The other impetus for doing raw foods in this book is because we're using essential oils. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that as well. When you're using essential oils, in my mind, the essential oil, which we'll talk about, it's better when you're using it with raw foods, okay? And so for me, I didn't want to mess up the flavor profiles. I wanted you guys to get as much nutrients as possible. And so I'm really excited that, you know, we selected 2 raw recipes for the book, because I want you to see that, you know, eating plant-based, eating clean doesn't have to be expensive, and it doesn't have to be time consuming, all right? And it's a lot of fun. A lot of flavor, a lot of just really exciting things happen in the kitchen when you start playing around and really approach it from like an alchemy standpoint, all right? So what I want us to do now is I want us to turn to the first recipe. The first recipe is on page 50, and we're going to do the marinated greens with sprouts, okay? The marinated greens with sprouts. Now with this recipe, we're gonna actually be using 2 kinds of greens. We're going to be using collard greens, and we're gonna be using Swiss chard. Now, what's special about these 2 greens is they're cruciferous vegetables. And what that means is they're basically really great cancer-fighting veggies, all right? Swiss chard is actually the cousin to beets, hence their beautiful color. So I'm gonna actually show you. I'm gonna actually turn my screen down in a sec, but this is let me just turn my screen down for you guys. Okay, so this is our bounty. This is our bounty. So we have our collards in here. Everything's been washed and ready to go. We have our collards in here. And these are, look how beautiful these are. You can do all kinds of wonderful things with collard greens. Because the leaves are so big and gorgeous, we could actually use this to make lettuce wraps, like different kinds of wraps with pâtés and things of that nature. That's another class. You can also eat this stem. We're gonna cut them up really small because these are really what we call baby collards. You know, sometimes when we go to the market, you see the collard greens that are like super huge. Those collard greens are a little bit more on the bitter side, and they're a little bit more tough, all right? These are considered to be, like, I'll show you, this is more the case. These are considered to be baby collards. And with baby collards, they're tender. They're a lot more tender, okay? And so they're gonna be easy to manage. When I first introduced this recipe many moons ago, I used to do a lot of cooking classes out in the community. And I'll tell you, I used to work for an organization that paid me to go and do chef demos at community centers, schools. I also did demos at, senior citizen spaces. And since these folks are older, they're used to cooking collard greens a particular way, i.e. cooking it for 2-3 hours. They're dark when you open up the pot. And I'm like, no, we're not gonna cook them at all, and you're gonna love them. And they've all been pleasantly surprised at how amazing these collards taste. We're also gonna add in, this is in season. These are Swiss chard. Beautiful. Now, I'm adding the Swiss chard in because a lot of times people don't always know what to do with Swiss chard. I actually did a video recently on that. And the reason why they don't know what to do with them is because a lot of folks don't talk about Swiss chard. But as I mentioned earlier, Swiss chard is in the beet family. So they have tons of antioxidants. You're gonna also get all that beautiful chlorophyll, right? And then just phytonutrients, right? Anytime you're talking about greens, right? You're getting phytonutrients, you're getting all the things that you need to just stay strong. Protein, you're getting plant-based protein, all right? So that's also in here. And then we're also going to be using some green onions. We're gonna be using some peppers. And what we're gonna also do is we're gonna make a marinade with some lemons, all right? So before we actually start cutting up everything, I'm gonna put this off to the side for a sec. I wanna talk a little bit about essential oils. I'll bring my camera back up real fast. So we're gonna be using 2 kinds of essential oils in this particular recipe. In this recipe, we're gonna be using lemon essential oil, and we're gonna also use pink pepper. All right, now if you don't have the pepper, pink pepper, or lemon essential oil, it's okay, all right? what we wanted to do is we wanted to show people that you can also use really good quality essential oils to really amplify the taste of your foods. And there is a little bit of a way to do it, okay? So we have our lemon and we have our pink pepper essential oil. And so what I want to do is talk a little bit about these two oils, all right? So with lemon, lemon is an essential oil that is done by, or they actually get the essential oil from the rind. So there are different parts of the plant that you can actually get an essential oil from. You can get it from the seed, the rind, the leaf, the bark, and for citrus fruits, you can get them from the rind. So there are different kinds of processes that they use in order to extract the essential oil. And with lemon, it's really just gonna have a brightness that's going to really elevate the flavor of your food. All right, so think about like if somebody was making like a lemon meringue pie, they're not just only use the lemon, but they also use the rind because that rind has a lot of really beautiful flavor, and the combination of the two really just helps to just take the lemony flavor in the pie up a notch. It's the same thing with the essential oil. Now, essential oils can be used in 3 different ways. We can use them topically, aromatically, and then what we're going to be doing is using them internally. The essential oil that you use is very important. It's important because not all essential oils are made the same. A lot of the essential oils that's on the market is cut with filler oils. And so lemon and the one that I use, pink pepper, just all of these brands that I use, they're from a company called doTERRA. You see it there. And they actually source the essential oils from different parts of the world where those particular food items, those plants grow at its best. So they're getting the best quality essential oil, all right? And so the other cool thing about essential oils is they are medicinal. So we talked about using them topically and aromatically, but when you actually use them internally, you're also getting the therapeutic benefits of the oils as well, all right? Lemon in particular, if you add lemon to your water, it's just gonna really help to amplify the flavor of your water. It's like really, really good, very tasty. Pink pepper, on the other hand, pink pepper has a cousin, and its cousin is black pepper. So I'm gonna actually show you those two. They have very similar properties. And the essential oil for this particular, for both of them really, they're coming from the seed. Like, you know, if you think about a peppercorn seed, that's how they actually get the essential oil for the pink pepper and the black pepper, all right? Pink pepper and black pepper are great for your digestive system, all right? And so you can rub it on your tummy, you can add it to water, things of that nature. So I really love the way it takes up the flavor of pepper. It doesn't make it hot or anything like that. It just gives it a really nice flavor. And so I wanted us to use this essential oil for our recipe, okay? So that's a little bit about the essential oils. Again, you can use essential oils in your food, but it has to be the right kind. We're using doTERRA. That's the one that I trust. And for me, a lot of what I do with these essential oils and in the cookbook is alchemy. I really just love playing around with food and really giving people a really elevated experience when they eat plant-based, because there's just quite a bit of plant-based options that's out there that's not the best options. So I think that when we really give ourselves really quality ingredients, you just kind of really start making magic in the kitchen, okay? So I just wanted to say that about the essential oils, all right? Any questions about that?
I
Anybody?
do.
Okay.
So, when I was looking for the essential oil, especially for the pink pepper, and the store I went to didn't have a pink pepper, so they only had the black pepper. But I was like, the recipe calls for a pink pepper. Is there a difference as to why? And I'm waiting for the pink pepper was to show up. So hopefully it shows up by the time while we're still cooking. But the question is, is there a why would one recipe call for pink pepper versus like, or you can use black pepper? Like, is there a difference as to why you would want that one?
Yeah, the flavor, and then they taste a little different. Like if you actually took the pink pepper and black pepper and tasted them, they're different. They just taste different. And then even though they're cousins, they do have different chemical constituents that make them different, right? So it's kind of like lime and lemon. Those are very similar. When you taste them, you taste the difference. And then even from a chemical constituent standpoint, they just have a different chemical profile that's gonna just make your dish be different. All right. And then even for you as someone who's using it from a like a medicinal therapeutic standpoint, they're gonna do slightly different things in the body. All right. For example, like if I'm cleansing my body, I would use lemon essential oil or lime essential oil, but I wouldn't necessarily use orange essential oil because lemon in general has that cleansing property. Lemon, when it goes into the body, actually helps to balance the pH. So lemon is it's an acidic fruit. However, it's alkaline forming when it's in the body, right? So because I know that it's used for cleansing the system. When you drink water with lemon, it actually has a cleansing effect. Whereas orange doesn't necessarily have the same cleansing effect because it's not as like tart. It has a sweeter flavor. You know what I'm saying? So you can use, I think, orange more for like energy. Like if you want to really bring up your energy, that's when you would use like an orange essential oil. So it's the same thing with like the pink pepper and the black pepper. So the flavor is different. And then just the chemical profile and what they're used for are going to look a little bit different. And that's why you would use them. If you guys want any of the essential oils, and it's on the back of the book too, you can always go to my site and you can purchase the essential oils and they can get shipped to you. We can have a whole conversation about that because I don't want you buying essential oils at like Whole Foods. Those are not food grade essential oils. All right. If you have like a doTERRA account yourself, wonderful. But if you're just going to like a health food store and you're buying essential oils for $5 or $6, that's not the same thing. It's just not. You're not supposed to ingest those essential oils. Okay. Let me show you something. On the bottle of this essential oil, I'm going to try to hold it up as high as I can. It says essential oil supplement. I don't know if y'all see that. Essential oil supplement. And then at the bottom, it gives you daily servings and all that stuff. This lets you know that these essential oils are used for, like you can use it to ingest. You can do all the other things we talked about, use it topically, use it on the aromatically. But this also tells us, because they have nutrition facts on here, that you can use it for like consumption. If your bottle of essential oil doesn't have any kind of nutrition fact label on it, I would not use it in that capacity. If it does have that, then okay, that's fine. But if it does not, then I would not do that. All of these essential oils that we're using, they all have like a supplement fact or nutrition fact on the back. It tells you how much to use, what a serving size is considered, etc. So that's one of the ways that you know that you can ingest the essential oil. If you look on the bottle and you really read your label carefully, it'll tell you if you're not supposed to ingest it. It will tell you, do not ingest these essential oils, okay? Because they're cut. A lot of this, and like 95% of the essential oils on the market is, they tell you peppermint, or they'll say frankincense, but it's fillers in there. So it's a lot of junk that they put in there because they're trying to stretch everything. They're trying to dilute it and stretch it. These are actually very pure quality essential, and the price of them are a little bit more expensive because of that reason. All right. So Karen, I hope that answers your question.
It does. And when I was, getting the list and I was, shopping for the essential oils, they were like, well, it's that, and they kind of like something, you can't, but some of them, people do. And so that might be why.
Yeah. So if you actually, once you get the book, I'm not sure if you said that you didn't get yours yet. If
Not
you
yet.
get the book, like you'll see like in this book, I go through and like literally I was not exhaustive, but I do list out like a bunch of different essential oils in here. And then I show you how to use them. I tell you what they're good for. Gosh, where did I put that? It's in the back, it's in the front somewhere. So literally, and then how to get them. So you can always get those oils from me. I'll send you the link and you can always go in there and you can get them. But yes, like
It's on page 19.
thank you. Yep, I just turned to page 19. So these are all the essential oils. It talks about what it's good for. It tells you the plant part and how it's distilled, tells you how to use them. So it's on 19, 20, and 21. And again, this is not exhaustive, but these are all of the essential oils that we use in the book. And yeah, just kind of giving people, just some other options on how they can use their oils. So
I have
yes.
one more question. And
Yes.
is using essential oils better than using extract? So does it depend on the recipe?
Yes. It's different. An extract is different than an essential oil. Okay. So an essential oil is an aromatic compound that is distilled from that plant part that we talked about, whether it's a tree, the bark, the leaf, the rind, etc. An extract, again, it's how they do it. So like, for example, if you go to the store, there is a vanilla essential oil. It comes out of Madagascar. Madagascar is like the vanilla capital of the world, right? So vanilla essential oil is different than a vanilla extract because the process of how they actually get those two things are different. It's just different. And not only that, like vanilla is a perfect example because unfortunately, you might go to the store in the baking aisle and you'll get some vanilla extract that's like $5. But real pure quality vanilla extract is literally like $30 or $40, a little bottle of it. And the essential oil is even more. And the distinction between the two is the process. It's how they extract the vanilla flavor from the vanilla pod. So when they do vanilla essential oil, they're probably using the seeds and they're distilling the seeds. But when they're doing vanilla extract, they're doing all of it. Like they're cutting open the pod, they're using the pod, they're using the inside, they're using the seed, they're using all of it. And that's how they're getting the extract, that brown color, all of that high, that really, really beautiful flavor, all of that. They're using all of it. That's extract, you know?
Okay.
It's just a whole different process.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I have
All
a
right.
question on that one as well, because I know I've come across vanilla and vanilla bean.
Yeah.
Which
So,
one's better?
so you said vanilla bean.
Yes,
So
I've seen vanilla extract and vanilla bean extract, and they're both expensive. So I've been noticing the difference in the price.
yeah, they're both expensive. So I think like I said, it's how they're capturing the extract. So if it's a vanilla extract, more than likely they're using everything. They're using the outside, that pod, because the pod has a lot of flavor too. The inside, like you scrape out the paste, that has flavor. The seeds, that has flavor. But then depending on the variety of vanilla, because there's a bunch of varieties of things. We usually think it's just one thing, but it's like hundreds of varieties of plants. They're probably just distilling a particular seed or a particular kind of seed because it's easier to distill in order to get the vanilla bean extract. So it's just a process, it's literally just a process of what they're pulling from that particular plant. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's kind of like cilantro and coriander. They're the same thing. Cilantro is the grown-up coriander seed. I don't know
Wow,
if you
did
know
not know
that.
that one.
Did you not know that?
No.
Yeah, coriander is cilantro. Coriander is the seed. Cilantro is the leaf, like it's the long leaves. So if you go to India, they don't say cilantro, they say coriander. But that's the
Wow.
distinction. Now, from an essential oil standpoint, there are two things. There's the coriander essential oil, and there's the cilantro essential oil. Now, based on what we're saying, what do you think the difference between those are? What would be the difference between coriander and cilantro essential oil? There are two different bottles of them. Let me see if I have it. Let me see if I have some. So I'm asking y'all a question. What would be the difference?
I mean, I guess going back to the vanilla bean, example of just, I guess, the process of how they're extracting or
Yeah,
processing, I guess I should say.
yeah. And really,
Processing the
to
seed
go,
versus
to go further, the cilantro is the leaf. So they're extracting the essential oil from the leaf, right? Coriander is the seed. So they're extracting the essential oil from the seed. So you're going to get two completely different chemical constituents because they're two different things. The seed is going to look different than the leaf. The flavor is going to taste different than the leaf. And so they want to capture those two things. So you go through that process and you get two completely different essential oil products. And they actually do different things. Do I talk about that in this book? Hold on. Let me see if I mention the difference between the two. I think I do talk about. Yep. So I have, if you go to page 19, cilantro, fresh and light. This is known to be soothing to the skin. So I'm talking to you about why you use cilantro essential oil. It has a lot of antioxidants and can support digestion. Cilantro can be added to salsas and soups. I'm telling you how to use it. Plant part distilled, the leaf. Let's go down to coriander. Coriander is still cilantro. It's just the seed that has not grown up. This also promotes digestive health. So we didn't lose the digestive health piece. It can be added to wake up the flavor of sauces and soups. Plant part distilled, seed. Y'all see that? It's different. It's the same thing, but it's different. The same thing, but different. So this stuff is exciting to me. It's so exciting. It's so cool. It's so cool. All right. So y'all, let's get to cooking. These are great questions, but I want to make sure that we honor time and make sure that we get everything done. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring my camera down like so. Y'all can see everything? Y'all can see?
Yes.
All right, and so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start cutting. Actually, no, that's not what I'm gonna do first. What I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna actually make our marinade. All right, so I'm gonna get a bowl. Put that close to you guys so you can see it. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna make the marinade. So the reason why this is called marinated collards is because the marinade that we're gonna use is actually going to help us to, like, it's gonna kind of cook the collards and the cilantro, the chard, all right? So I have 2 lemons. I'm gonna actually just squeeze the lemons inside of this container so I can get all that juice out. Okay. So we're gonna do that. Okay, so, and I like to use my hands. So remember, your hands in the process, though, these are also tools. So don't be afraid to take your hands and run it inside of the lemon so you can get all of the pulp out, all the juice out. Okay, your lemon should be empty, like really empty, like so. All right, if you have seeds, you can hold your hand over the container so that you can capture the seeds, kind of like this. I don't know if you see the seeds in my hand. So I just hold my hand over the vessel here so that I can get all of my seeds and they're not inside swimming in my marinade. Okay. Okay. So we got that. I'm going to use another lemon. And, you know, I'll say this, you know, as I'm cooking, this is like my Zen time. This is my Zen time. I truly enjoy being in the kitchen. You know, right now we're cooking at the Wellness Center. The Wellness Center was opened at the end of December 2023. This is a property that I have here in Duluth, Georgia. Used to live here a long, long time ago. And now we have this beautiful space that is a cooking studio. So we do virtual classes, we do in-person classes, and we support people with health coaching and all of that good stuff. All right. So look, I tried, y'all, but some of the seeds got in there, but that's okay. It's all good. All right. So in addition to the lemon juice, we're going to use some garlic. All right. So I'm going to use 2 cloves of garlic. I'm going to smash them. And then I'm going to cut them up really fine. And then what we're going to do is add them to our marinade. Okay. So I'm going to leave that there. So as we build, we'll add in all of our goodness to our marinade. So this step is important because the lemon juice, all the things that we're putting in here is going to really help with giving the leaves of the chard and the collard greens an opportunity to kind of wilt, right? So acid operates as something that tenderizes food, right? You ever heard of ceviche? Ceviche, you know, the acid in the lemon or the lime helps to cook the raw fish. And so it's a way of eating raw food without actually putting heat on it. So nature has all these amazing ways of giving you some different effects, you know? So I'm adding in our garlic. I'm adding in our garlic to our marinade. Okay. So just take your time. You don't need to rush. So in addition to the smell so good already, it smells so amazing already. We're gonna also use some coconut aminos. So I'm not sure if you guys use this. Coconut aminos are pretty amazing. They are, for me, a substitute instead of using salt or even using, what is that? The regular aminos, the one that's soy-based. I like to use this one because it's non-soy-based. It's made with coconut sap and a little bit of sea salt. So maybe 2 of these is like a tablespoon. So we're gonna add that in here. Okay. Okay, so this is about a tablespoon. Okay. So I love this because it's no soy inside. You know, you guys talked about, you know, getting older and thinking about what you're eating. We want to make sure that we're not eating too much soy. You know, sometimes in all the foods that we're eating, we're not consciously eating soy, but the soy is there. So I like to use this as a really wonderful flavor, helps to really ignite some wonderful flavors in the food, but it does not give me that soy. All right. All right, so we're also gonna add in, our pink pepper oil. Okay, so just 1 drop to do that. And then we're gonna add in, do I have any in here? Hold on, let me get my other one. We're gonna add in our lemon, okay? So I added 2 drops to that one. And they're very potent. So 1 to 2 drops is gonna go super duper far. It just is. It's gonna go super duper far. All right. In addition to that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna add in a pinch of salt. Right. Adding in a pinch of salt. And then we're gonna add in some grapeseed oil. So with the grapeseed oil, we need like maybe a half a cup. Grapeseed oil is really nice, like for salads and stuff like that. It's very light.
I was gonna ask, because I have a very big bottle.
Yeah, it's very light.
It's
Very, very light. So there you go. So we have our grapeseed oil in, our coconut aminos, our lemon juice. We have our cloves of garlic in, our pink pepper. And now what we need to do is we need to add in a little bit of onion. Okay. So I'm going to use half of this onion here. I'm gonna use half of the onion. And I'm gonna cut the onion where, not its chunks, right? What we're gonna do is we're gonna cut the onion where we're like making slices. Okay. So what do I mean by that? Let me show you. So we're gonna just do this, kind of like little half moons almost. And then we're gonna kind of separate out the half moon, and then we're gonna add all of it to our marinade. So thin, nice thin slices, like so. Okay. Thin slices. And then what we're gonna do here is just add them in. And if we have to adjust later on, we will. But what's gonna happen with this marinade, what's gonna happen is once we put everything in, the color of the onions are gonna change a little bit. They're gonna get a little like a vibrant pink. Okay. They're gonna get a vibrant pink. Again, that's the acid from the lemons, okay? So we're just adding this in and we're just gonna let this sit. And then we'll cut up everything and then add it to what all the things that we've cut up. It's gonna be so beautiful. All right, so I'm just making sure that our onions are completely immersed in our marinade. Like so. So this is good. And I'm actually gonna add a splash more coconut aminos. Like so. That's for good measure. All right, so just want to show you what this looks like. So this is our marinade. Beautiful. If we have to adjust later on, like I believe that you start with a recipe, but if you have to adjust, you adjust, okay? So we have this and it's just gonna be off to the side here. And it's, you know, breaking down, doing its thing. I'm gonna actually clean up a little bit so we have space to bring on our greens. So that's over here doing its magic. And then I want you guys to think about your greens. A lot of times we throw away a lot of stuff because, oh, it's brown, or, oh, I was taught that you're not supposed to eat that part. Crap. That's not true, okay? You want to use all of your food. We waste so much food, okay? So with these are our chards. These little ribs here, I'm gonna dice it really fine. Because once the marinade hits it, I want it to really break down. So we're gonna just dice it fine, okay? And then once we cut off the rib, I'm going to take the leaves. You can fold them just to cut down the work. And we want to cut those fine too. Okay, and they're beautiful. Guys, I really believe you need to be eating with, you know, your eyes, your senses. Eat your rainbow, eat your colors. All right. Chlorophyll, antioxidants. You're gonna get cancer-fighting properties here. You're gonna get iron. Okay. Just all kinds of good stuff that these greens are gonna give you. Right, and we're not cooking them, so we're not cooking off all of the nutrition, the enzymes. That's one of the reasons why we want to incorporate more raw foods into our diet, particularly in the summer. Okay, foods that are hydrating to your body. So we have chard ready to go, right? So I'm gonna put that to the side. And then I have a few more pieces here. And this is rainbow chard, so we got all these different colors. We're gonna do the same thing with these. Just cut them fine. And don't be afraid to try it. Like you guys just taste as you go. Just a little taste. See what you get. The food is the medicine. The healing is in all of these things. Get connected to it. Don't be afraid to try as you go. Might be a little different, but it might be pleasantly tasty.
Yeah, not bad, actually.
See? Crunchy, all of that.
Oh, wow.
And so going back to the summer, so our seasons give us all that we need. The season gives us all that we need. In the summer, it's hot. So you should be hydrating in the summer. What? You should be eating foods that have a lot of water in them. Okay? And so greens like this, they have water, lettuce. Those things have a lot of water. We call them living foods, living waters. All right, so I'm doing the collards now. Doing my collard. Question?
Collins or okay, do the same way. Okay.
Yeah, fine. So remember what we said, like we're using this marinade. We're going to toss everything together when we're done. We're going to toss everything together when we're done. But in order to help it along, we want to cut the greens fine so that they can receive the marinade. Think about it like that. You're helping it along. All right, so I'm going to actually use this this container here, and I'm going to put everything in just so we have some room, some space. Okay. So let me put this in here. It already smells so good. So I'm like, I think I just like vegetables. Because I'm like, oh my God, it smells so good. I just love the way veggies smell. All right. All right, so I'm still going.
Let me go.
You can see how pretty that looks back there. Still going. I'm still cutting, making fine chops. So good. Okay, be careful, y'all, with these knives. I'm saying that out loud for myself too. All right, so look at that. We got our collards and our chard cut up. Looking all pretty. Then I have some peppers. Now I like to use these beautiful the baby peppers because I love that peppers are expensive. Big old peppers are expensive, right? So I found these and they're organic and I can play around with my colors, which I love, and get my peppers in. Peppers actually have more vitamin C than oranges. All right. So you want to include peppers into your diet. A lot of vitamin C in peppers. These are sweet peppers, so they're not spicy. And they're just gorgeous. Like, look at that color. It's like popping. I like these because you get like the red, the yellow, and the orange. I just like the combo of those colors on your plate, particularly when you're doing a salad. It's just pretty. It's just pretty. That's just the skin. So if you got one big pepper, that's fine. I'm using these colors. And whenever I do a recipe, it's just a template. And what you can do is you can adjust, right? You can make a shift in what you see on the recipe and make it your own. We always want to do that. So look at this. Look how pretty that looks already. Look at that.
Yes.
Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. Now, mug bean sprouts. I could not find mug bean sprouts. So I actually, and this is fine, I just used that inside of the recipe, but I couldn't find any mug bean sprouts today. So look what I got. I got this beautiful broccoli sprout. Broccoli sprout. So sprouts are going to give you phytonutrients that are incredible. So we're going to add a little bit of these sprouts to the mix. And once again, you got broccoli, that's a cruciferous veggie. And it's awesome. It's just good stuff in the broccoli. Okay, so we got all of our good stuff here. We got the peppers, got the onions, all of that. And then what we're gonna do here is we're going to add in our marinade.
Did we add the other part of the onions that we didn't put in the marinade in the salad as well?
Yeah, I was just about to ask that. Which onions? The green or the red?
Yeah, I'm not done. The green onions, we're gonna cut those up and put them on top, okay?
Okay. Okay.
So what I wanted
Okay,
to
but
do,
the other
huh?
but the other part of the red onion that we did not put in the marinade, we didn't chop that and put that in the salad.
No, that we don't need
Okay.
all that. onion. Just use like a little piece of the onion. You're gonna reserve that for another recipe at another time.
Okay.
And then we have this. So look how beautiful that is, y'all. Oh my gosh.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. And I want you to touch your food, like close your eyes. When you're in the kitchen, close your eyes, set intentions. Food heal me. Food work on this particular thing that I'm dealing with. Work on my digestive system. Work on giving me all of the things that I need to elevate my health. That's what we got to do, y'all. This right here, this is the process that's missing from a lot of what's happening out here now. We're going out, we're buying food, but we're not connecting deeply with our food. We're just not. Okay? So I want you to take a moment as you're marinating and do what I'm suggesting, which is talk to your food. Pour your energy, your patience, intention, love, and light, the pill that you see at the end of all these recipes, put it into your food. That's the main ingredient. That's a you ingredient. And everybody's pill is going to be different. Everybody's pill is different. Okay? So this is going to taste great. Once we try, we're going to actually do the next recipe, and then what we'll do is we'll come back and we'll try this. Okay? So we're going to cut up our green onions. So I got my green onions, and then we're going to put it on top. Put it on top. You can even add in a little bit more sprouts too if you like. So the more sprouts, the better. For those of us over here who are dealing with digestive issues, you want to bring sprouts into your diet. Microgreens are always going to support you with the digestion. Microgreens are going to also help you to get energy, enzymes. These are things that we need to really help food kind of assimilate through the body, all right? There's something called your microbiome. Your microbiome is your gut. And we need to be eating foods that's going to support our gut health. And sprouts and those kinds of things, those microgreens, those are going to help us with our gut, along with fermented foods, yogurt, things of that nature. All right. So I have all of my green onions. Bring this back. Right? That's on top. And I love green onions. They have a very light and subtle onion flavor. It's not as intense as some of the white onions. And then we're gonna add in a little bit more of the sprouts. Okay. This recipe also calls for pepper, like a fresh cracked pepper. So I have some of that. You can sprinkle some on top. Could have added into the marinade. It's up to you. You don't need a whole lot though. So we have this. This is just some fresh cracked pepper. Put some on here like so. Right. Boom. This is our marinated greens with sprouts. Okay. So we'll try this a little bit later. Just let it kind of do its thing. Okay. So I'm gonna put this
I'm a
off.
little slow with the process. I'm still cutting up my peppers, but I'll catch up.
Oh yeah, you're good. You're good.
Me too, Diane.
All right. Any questions while we kind of transition? I'm gonna kind of clean up and talk to you guys and get ready for the next recipe. Any questions?
I have a question. So, I hear you when you're talking about food waste. First of all, thank you for that. That makes so much sense about cutting up the stems smaller. But not but, however, um, when sometimes as I've learned to cook before, let's put it that way, people talk a lot about cleaning off the vegetables. So, for example, cleaning off the peppers.
Mhm.
What I've learned previously about cleaning off the peppers is you should clean it really good. But then as I've tried to learn more like indigenous cooking or a holistic practice, they talk more about using the whole plant.
Oh yeah.
I guess
Absolutely.
kind of could you talk more about which is actually better or does it even matter or all that stuff?
I think it's two different things, two different intentions. So first of all, if we're talking about where you're sourcing your vegetables from, then if you're getting low quality vegetables that are not organic, non-GMO, then it's going to be super imperative that you clean your vegetables as soon as you get home. You can use things like food grade peroxide, like you take a bath, get a bath of water in your sink and add like 1 to 2 like table caps. That's it, of food grade peroxide. And then you steep all of your items in there and clean it because it's going to kill a lot of the germs and all of that. But when you're talking about like organic, grown from the farm, like I work with a farmer, right? And I get my stuff from the DeKalb Farmers Market. You still got to clean because the soil is still dirt in there. But I want you guys to think about your microbiome. We're too clean. We're too clean. You need dirt. You need good and bad bacteria coexisting in an ecosystem to keep you balanced. And if we're always cleaning, then you're not getting the balance of bacteria that you need in your system. There was a study done with kids that live on a farm, and it showed that they had a better immune system than kids that were just like in the city or wherever, because they're around a lot of manure and just dirt all the time, you know? So they were just stronger. So I just encourage you to think about like, what's your intention? Now, if you're talking about indigenous cooking and they're not doing all this stuff we're doing, oh, I'm clean with hydrogen peroxide, and they're just rinsing, and they cooking. They like keeping it real simple. But I think we're caught in this, oh, we gotta clean everything. And because of that, we're worried that our food is not clean. But if you're getting good quality food, you're sourcing them properly, there's some things you just don't have to worry about. You know what I'm saying? You just don't. If you're also growing some of your food, if you're in a position to grow some of your herbs or just some things, then you're now knowing what's happening with your soil and how you're caring for your plants. It's the same thing with having a relationship with a grower. If you know that person and you know their integrity, and you know how they're, what they're selling. And, I'm able to say that because I live in Atlanta. I know that if you live up north, it's a harder conversation to have. But I would just say go for organic, non-GMO foods, and you don't have to really worry about, oh, is it? No, it's fine, right? You just make sure that you do give it a second wash when it comes home. You can use baking soda and water as another cleaning option. Food grade peroxide and water, that's another option. You can do salt water baths, that's another option. Or depending on what it is, like beets, carrots, you can get like a vegetable brush and you can scrub off the things when you're about to use them. Let me say that too. You don't want to do all this heavy cleaning and then put it in the fridge because the dirt is protecting the food. If you do all of that stuff and you're not going to eat it right away, then you're kind of, all that protectiveness that you're removing from the food is going to make it deteriorate faster. So I would say you do those things right before you're ready to use them, So I hope that answers your question.
It did. And one follow-up question, well, one follow-up thing. You mentioned it, with the exception of being up north. One of our sisters lives in New York. Can you offer any advice for her?
She's in New York. There are farms up in New York, in upstate New York. And then like there's Whole Foods and like there is a website, and I'll look for it and I'll send you, but it tells you where you can source really good produce items around the country. So state to state. And some places, like they have a CSA, which is a community, it's basically a way for you to access produce items weekly from a farmer. That's what a CSA is. It's a wonderful way for you to stay connected to a farmer. And sometimes they do have a delivery service, but there's all kinds of ways for you to get healthier produce items. They just are. There's Misfit. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Misfit Foods. Misfit Foods basically gives you like all these ugly food items. So the things that people don't like. So grocery store, the carrot that's not straight is not the one that's going to sell. The one that looks like it got 3 legs, that one's not going to sell. So Misfit Foods basically is a online produce box. So you can get a membership with them. All your stuff's not going to look pretty, but they have organic, beautifully grown produce, how it used to look, because they never look perfect. And you can get that stuff shipped to your home. So nowadays, you don't have to worry about, oh, I'm not necessarily close to, unless you're in like Alaska, I'm not close to a farm. Like you can basically buy in to some of these services and have stuff shipped to you so that you can get some healthy produce items. And once
Yeah, I've
again,
used Misfit.
Whole Foods, check that out. They do have nice produce items. You guys spend a little bit more money, but you'll get it. Go ahead.
Yeah, I like Misfits. I did it, and I did the 2 people option, and it still was enough for me to give to like my mom in that household. So even if you do the 2 people option or kind of package, they still give you enough food but 2, I know I don't eat probably enough vegetables and whatever else that was in there for the bounty. So I did share it.
Yep. Yep.
And the other thing, I guess, my question is, do you think I do have farmers markets in my area? My issue or question is a lot of times they're all the same stuff. And I know it's seasonal.
Yeah.
They're doing it based on seasonal.
Yeah.
So how do you kind of, I guess, or is there a balance for you to be able to, yes, do the farm and get whatever seasonal, but also get some other varieties that they're not going to provide you?
Yeah, I'm gonna send you guys some options. I mean, here's the thing, like, we're supposed to be eating in season. Like, that's just the bottom line. So we've gotten spoiled because you can go to these places and get dragon fruit and mangoes and these things that are not from here, but that you can get access to. But back in the day, people just ate. If you go to Guyana, that's where I'm from, or Jamaica, they're just eating what's in season. That's all they're eating. And when that season's done, there's no more of that stuff. We just have so many options. We just want more variety. I think once again, like, you have misfit foods, and then there's also another one, I can't think of the name, but they do more exotic fruits. They do like they're in California, and it's a little bit expensive. And then also you gotta, once again, if they run out, if they sell out, you gotta just wait till they get another shipment where they can put together those boxes. So the key really is seasonal eating. That's the key, seasonal eating. And you're gonna find, if you go to a farmer's market, a lot of those folks are going to have the same things because that's what grows best in that particular region. And then you can always supplement the things that you're eating from the farmer's market with some other things, right? So, you have Amazon where you can buy some things, because I do think that you can get some produce items from there. But yeah, let's look, right? Like, there's Misfits Foods, there's also the exotic, I can't think of the name, but there are a couple exotic fruit boxes that you can purchase, but they're gonna be a little bit on the pricier side, like $100, $150, $200. And then, you can always take those things, freeze them, or repurpose them, make things from them so that they'll last a little bit longer. So it's a process. I would say, the first things first is to make a commitment to eat more vegetables, because I think I heard you say you don't eat nearly as much vegetables. So let's get there first, where we have, like, more consistency with the veggies. And then, like, all these other things, like, you slowly add them in, you don't want to overwhelm. Oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. Just slowly add them. So we want to commit to, okay, I need to get 5 servings of fruits and vegetables in every day. And that's literally, just go with what you are used to. You can have some organic apples or orange. You can have some pineapple, you can have some berries, a banana. And like, that could be the thing that you start with. That's your fruits. And then for vegetables, the sprouts, you can get some sprouts like what I have here. You can purchase this from the supermarket. If you have a health food store, you can get some. And this is gonna last you for a few days. This was like $3, okay? $3. And this is gonna give you so much good stuff in your body for $3. And no one's expecting you to eat the whole thing, but certainly you wanna make sure that you're adding this to your plate, because that's gonna really help you to just, help with the gut and just help with just all the nutrients that you need on a daily basis. This is one of the keys, y'all. Microgreens. This right here, microgreens. And there are all kinds of microgreens. Broccoli, alfalfa, the mung beans, radishes, all of them are just like the baby plants before they all grow up. And the reason why it's so powerful is because when a baby is, it's like, think about an infant. When a baby is young, all the life force and the energy to have this thing grow up, there's so much power in there just to have it grow. And you're actually eating that. So that's giving you superpowers in a sense, So this is going to help with your skin. This is going to help with your blood. This is going to help with you having energy. It's just going to help with so much. So I think, they're just different ways that you can plug in. This is one of them. Microgreens, drinking your water. That's another way. And then just committing to eating 5 servings of fruits and vegetables every day. You could do it. You could get a bag of fruit and you can literally cut that up and do some fun stuff with that. So take it slow. Take it slow. Take it slow. Take it slow. All right, any other questions? This is awesome conversation.
I have a question. Um, I what I'm currently struggling with, and I know it probably does have a lot to do with what I decide to eat, but I bloat very easily, and that's something I'm trying to figure out. Okay, what outside of obviously eating more nutritious meals, can you tell me like what should I be eating more or drinking more that can help with that?
So let's kind of ask this question. What are you like, when you get up, what's your eating protocol look like when you get up in the morning?
So I'm not really like a big breakfast person. So when I get up, I typically just drink tea or make a smoothie. I'm not usually hungry until about 11 or noon.
Okay, good. And when you finally do eat, when you break your fast, what are you eating?
Carbs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I want to talk about are intolerances, because what could be happening is you might have an intolerance. And what an intolerance means is that you don't have necessarily an allergy, but something happens internally when you eat certain things that just kind of throws your gut off. And you don't know it because it's not presenting on the skin. That's the difference between an allergy and an intolerance.
hmm
An allergy presents some kind of something on the skin,
hmm
and an intolerance is more internal. So it's a stress that the body goes under when you eat certain things, unbeknownst to you. You just know that you don't feel the way you want to feel, but you don't necessarily know why you don't feel. You don't know what really caused it unless you do some kind of test to let you know that there's an intolerance. So one of the things that I would recommend is like removing the carbs, because carbs are probably the culprit for a lot of people. And, some of us are stubborn. Some of us just don't want to get rid of it because it tastes so good. But carbs are probably the culprit because of the kinds of flours that are being used in those carbs. They're processed, and they usually have the hull removed. The hull is the outside part of the wheat or the germ.
hmm
What happens is it goes through your system really fast. It brings your blood sugar up. It doesn't take time to process in the system. And then it just throws you off.
Right.
Throws off your pH, your microbiome, like all of it. It's crazy. So what I would suggest that you do is just change up what you do when you break your fast. Try something else that doesn't make you feel bad. It might be some berries, or, you know what I'm saying, some oatmeal or something. Because, like there's some carbs that are not all bad. And then it's also the amount of carbs that you're having. Some people are overdoing with the carbs. They might be having 2, 3 servings. But, yo, this is good. Let me go get another serving. You see what I'm saying? And just eating too much. Hydrating, I would just say continue hydrating, and then maybe shortening when you feed. So, like just really think about how much food you're actually eating and if you're overeating, because that could also be throwing you off as well with the bloating. You know what I'm saying? Does that help?
Yeah, that helps.
All right. So y'all, guess what? It's time. It's time, y'all.
I think Miss Diane has a question.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Miss Diane. I'm sorry, I missed it. Go ahead. What's your question? Miss Diane. I don't know.
Sorry, my finger was all wet and I couldn't move the mouse.
Okay, what's your question, Miss Diane?
So there are a couple of things. One, my simplest one, the inside of this pepper. I've noticed that when I eat things with these seeds, my joints are aggravated. So I tend not to eat these. But is
Okay.
this something that normally should be like just included? Normally, this is the part of the pepper I throw out. But I heard earlier that, we should be mindful of our food waste, and you were saying use all of it. So that was
Yeah,
my.
or just save them and grow some peppers. How about that?
Oh, I do, definitely. That is
Oh,
number one because I'm the one in New York.
Yeah,
Pickety sick.
so just
Yep,
save the seeds and grow the peppers. You see what I'm
I
saying? Like,
normally do. Right.
yeah,
I don't eat it. That's what I mean by throw it out. I don't eat it, but I'll grow it because I love the peppers. Now,
right. Talking about the seeds that you don't eat the
yes,
seeds.
right.
Yeah. And I'm just saying, just save the seeds and just have seeds. And then you can always gift those to other people. You can even, if you wanted to, I don't know if you have time or you care that much, you could take some of those seeds and create little seedlings and give those as gifts to people. So I'm just encouraging you to just start thinking about how can you reimagine not wasting the foods that you would typically throw away because they're all important. Could you repurpose them by giving them to someone as a gift so that they could start a pepper garden? Just wanted you to start thinking that way. The other thing you could do is you can compost it. There is a tool, I'm actually gonna get it. I'm excited about getting it. It's called the mill. And it creates compost for you. So like all of your kitchen scraps and things of that nature that you would throw out, you can put it inside of this thing called the mill. And what it does is it churns and breaks down that food into compost that you can then use for soil. Or if you don't want to use it, you can have the persons come pick it up and they can use it for whatever. So you can have it picked up or you can use it yourself. But it's a way to cut down on filling up landfills with scraps, things that can break down on its own.
Usually my scraps end up in the garden because I have a garden outside. Thankfully,
So
I have
that's
a little patch of
perfect.
grass in the middle of city.
And
What
I
we
think
grow.
that's fine. I think if you're using your scraps and you're putting them in a garden, then we're fine. Just
Okay.
folks who are just literally not mindful, they cut off that stem and they throw that away and they think, oh no, it's not good. And it's fine. Like you can eat it. It's nothing wrong with it. So just really shifting our mindset and our consciousness to use more of the plant. That's what I'm all about. Let's repurpose, let's make broths with that stuff. You can make soups with that. If you're not gonna use that yourself, you can, cut it up, make a soup or a stew or something with it and repurpose it for later. Does that make sense?
It does. All right. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. All right, y'all. Our second recipe, our hint of mint chocolate chia seed mousse. So this one is going to be quick. This one's going to be quick. So I'm actually going to bring this down and I'm going to, let me see. I'm going to see if I can bring this over here so you can see. Yes, so you can see. All right, so I'm gonna push this close. All right, so with this chocolate chia seed mousse, it's not a lot of ingredients, which is exciting. So I wanna show you what I did too. So I actually, before class, I made this. I made some homemade almond milk, okay? I made it from scratch because I wanted to talk to you about that as well. So oftentimes we buy milk from the store and one, you don't know how long it's been there, but then they add things to it. What I'm suggesting that you do is if you have a really good blender and you have a nut milk bag, and I'm gonna show you, let me see. I didn't take out the ingredients, but literally this is what the nut milk bag looks like. I blended up almonds and spring water. And then I made sure that it was liquefied, and then I poured the contents through this, and then squeezed it like if it was a cow into this cup, this measuring cup, and boom, we have milk. So fresh milk, and it's thick. I don't know if you see that, it's super thick and rich. Okay, so this is gonna be a super wonderful dessert. We're not gonna use all of the milk straight away. What we're gonna do is, I'm gonna open this up. This is my Cuisinart. And I'm going to, let me pull all of these items here. So these are the items for this recipe. We're gonna use chia seeds today. We're gonna use the chocolate chip morsels. We're going to use some peppermint essential oil. And then we're gonna use the avocado. I have a half of an avocado there, but I have 2 avocados here, 2 whole. So we're gonna put all of these together to make our beautiful chocolate chia seed mousse, okay? All right, so first things first, what we're gonna do is we're going to open up. We're gonna open up our avocados, show you how to do that fast. Gonna take it and we're going to run our knife around the avocado like so. And then I'm going to take my knife and just kind of punch it. And then I'm going to take a spoon and I'm going to spoon all of the avocado into the blender. Okay. So I'm gonna repeat that. Let's take our time and just put those avocados in. Like that. The big one here that I have, the half, I'm gonna use that as well. Okay, avocado, wonderful natural fat. So if you're gonna eat fatty things, use an avocado. Avocado also helps to curb your appetite. So if you're really working to just watch what you're eating, what you can do is you can have a little bit of like a half of an avocado and it will just satiate you, it'll just calm your belly down. Okay, so all I'm doing here is I'm just taking these avocados, taking them out of their little shell and adding them to our food processor. This recipe now, I love chocolate mousses. So I wanted something that was guilt-free. I didn't want to feel bad that I was eating a chocolate mousse. And when I came across this one, I was like, ooh, this is good. So been playing with this one and super excited about this one. All right, so now chia seeds. So chia seeds are awesome because what they'll do is they'll actually expand. And when they actually get wet, they just really start to create like a gelatinousness around it. And by the time we spin this and all that sort of centripetal force and the liquid and the fat from the avocado, it just helps to thicken this mousse. All right, so we're gonna use, this is like 2 heaping spoonfuls of this chia seed, okay? Chia seeds are also good for the joints. So I heard someone talk about that earlier. Omega-3 fatty acids, super good for that. Also helps to curb the appetite. So if you put some chia inside of like a, you know, what is that? You know, like you could put this inside of like a smoothie or something like that. It's gonna basically help you to curb your appetite. All right, so we have these chocolate chip morsels, right? So I'm going to measure out about a cup. And we're gonna use a cupful because we want that really nice, rich, chocolatey flavor. So we're measuring out a cupful. Okay. And then I'm gonna add that in here. Okay, so yummy, yummy, yummy. And then we're gonna add in the milk. Now I'm gonna start with a half a cup, or really just 1 cup, a half of this. We're gonna start with a half of this. All right. So we had 2 cups, so now we just added in half of that. Okay. And then we have our peppermint essential oil. I'm gonna add in, this recipe calls for 2 to 3 drops. 2, 1, 2, 3. So this is gonna give it that really beautiful minty flavor. And then we're going to blend. Okay, now when you do this, probably a few iterations. What you're gonna do is you're gonna scrape. Okay, we're gonna scrape. Okay. So I'm gonna show you the inside of this. It's already thick. So few iterations of us blending. It's already thick. So let me show you what this looks like. Look at that. Okay. But the more we blend, we're just gonna let it blend. It's gonna start turning brown from the chocolate, because right now it has like a greenish, whitish color, and that's from the avocado. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna put this back on. I scraped. All right. So I'm gonna show you how the color is changing on this. And I'm gonna scrape again. You see how it's getting brown? See that? And that's because the chocolate is incorporating with everything that we're doing. All right. So I'm scraping down the sides because I don't want to lose any of that goodness. Right. And then I'm gonna scrape here as well. Now I'll say this, sometimes when we buy chocolate chips, they have a little bit of sugar in them, and then you can buy the chocolate chips where there's not a lot of sugar, right? So the one that I have, I'm gonna taste because I can't remember. Yeah, mine doesn't have a lot of sugar in it. It has a little bit of sugar, but not a lot. So I'm saying that to say, depending on the kind of chocolate chips you buy, you may need to add in like some dates or a little bit of agave or something like that, just so that you can get that like level of sweetness that you want. All right, so this was more than 2 cups. So I added in my 2nd cup here, and now I'm gonna just let it go. All right, let me show you this. I'm gonna probably do it one more time. Look at this. See how it's getting nice and chocolatey? Y'all see that? All right. So we got our 2 cups in. And what's happening is the thickness from the avocado, all those beautiful chocolate chips that are breaking down, the 2 tablespoons of chia seeds, they're just all melding together. All right, they're all melding together. So with this, keep going. All right. And so it's about done. Look at that. So what I like to do now is I get like a wine glass, or what you can do is like, if you do this for your family, you can basically take this out, spoon it out like this. So it's nice and thick. You want it to go a little bit longer so it could get thicker. You can. And then what you will do, I'm gonna add in a couple morsels of chocolate chips. Boom. So you can basically make like little wine glasses of this. You can add in like what we did here, a couple chocolate chips, and then just put it in the refrigerator and let it set. You know, for a couple of hours before service, so it gets nice and cold and it gets stiff. And then you eat. So let me taste this. Mm. So I have dark chocolate, so mine doesn't have a lot of sugar in it. So I would add in a little bit like a date or two, just to make it a little bit sweeter. But when I did this recipe, the dark chocolate chips, they have a little bit more sugar in them, but it tastes good just the way it is. Like, I don't need a lot of sweetness, so it's up to you what you need, okay? Did you guys try yours yet? It was good.
Yeah, it's good.
And once again, you can adjust it however you need to adjust, but this is meant to give you like a nice little snack or dessert that's not gonna be, you know, full of guilt. You know, you taste that nice dark chocolate flavor. You have that creaminess from the avocado. You got that little hint of mint. It's so good, you know? And then you got the little chocolate morsels on the top. That's just gonna set it off even more. Look how thick this is. It's thick, right? So completely guilt-free, fresh made almond milk from scratch. And then this. Any questions? Take it from here because I don't want to mess it up. Any questions? Any questions?
Do you need the full 2 cups of almond milk?
Yeah, I did. I used it. This was 2.5 cups. So I used all 2 cups. Yep.
Okay.
And the more you blend it, it's just gonna get thicker and thicker, and then you could just set it in the fridge because depending on how much avocado you use and how much chia you use, you just and your blender, that's the other thing, and your blender
Mhm.
just needs to set. So
Okay,
if
so
you
I have a smaller blender. So
yeah,
can I, to add the rest of the almond milk, can I put it in a bowl and like fold it in
yeah,
or no?
absolutely. I did. I didn't put the whole 2 cups in. I used the first cup, let it go, do its thing, and then I put the second cup in.
Okay,
Yep.
thank you.
All right, so we're back here. Remember this? We said that we wanted it to sit for a little bit. And then what we want to do now is try it. Did you guys finish your marinated collards?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
All right, try it. If you need to make any adjustments, you can. But I love the way mine tastes. It's the little cracked pepper on top, little onions,
Mm.
the garlic, lemon juice. This is delicious.
Wow, I'm impressed.
Same. And I've been making this recipe from your cookbook, but I have not cooked. I mean, I didn't cut my greens as fine this previously as I did this time. And I can taste the difference from even just doing that, number one. And number two, I did not let the marinade sit. I would like put it all together and then just let everything marinate together so I can taste the difference, like cooking with you versus cooking from just your recipe book.
Yeah, yeah. And it's the conversation and just the patience in there, the intention in there, like all those things really make a difference. It's that magic. Like, let me say this. Like, I remember years ago, a friend of mine came up here to help me with my garden, and we opened up a pack of seeds, and it literally looked like dust, like fairy dust. And we put it in the soil. It was like lettuce. It was like different kinds of lettuce. And I was like, it doesn't feel like there's anything in it. She was like, I know. It's almost like fairy dust. That's what it feels like. And then boom, within like 3 weeks or so, it starts shooting up. It's like, whoa, all of this from that. Like, yup. So you have magic within you. You're emitting energy and good stuff, good vibrations, and all of that when you touch your food. You just don't see it. That's why it's so important to be thinking about, well, who's making my food? Because all that bad energy, their bad day, their bad morning, they going and they doing all kind of stuff with your food, going to these fast food places. You got to think about all of that, you know, how they taking care of themselves. Are they flinging the food into the plate for you? Like, are they taking time? Like, are they telling you that they love you? Even though they don't know you, are they loving you? Are they pouring good energy into you? I hope she really enjoys this. A lot of people in fast food restaurants ain't thinking about none of that stuff. But that's that thing that you don't see that goes in the food. That's that patient intention, light, and love that's going into your food, unconsciously or consciously. And so when you like, oh, that tastes good, that's because you took a minute and you decided, you know what, I'm gonna put some good stuff in here versus haphazardly making stuff and then just like, okay, I'm gonna eat now. And there's like no intention in it. And it tastes different. Think about it, like your grandparents and your aunties, they would give you the same pound cake recipe. You follow it straight away and it still tastes different. Like, dang, why it tastes so different? I did what everything was in the recipe. You're not that auntie. You're not that grandma. You not that same person. And the thing that was missing was her making it for you. That's the thing. So that's why no two recipes will ever be the same, even if you have the same exact ingredients, because they're not you. They can't ever be you. Nobody can ever be you. No one ever can give you the same pill that you would put in your own food. You know what I mean? So that's my thoughts about that. All right, y'all. So our two recipes, our beautiful chocolate mousse and our marinated collards. How wonderful. How wonderful. All right, let me just take off my pen. Uh-oh, how do I do that? Oh, here it is.
Angel, how did your chocolate mousse come out, friend?
I love it. Oh my God, it's so good. I'm going to eat this before the salad. Even though it's new.
I love it. Oh, let me do this. I'm gonna hold up your stuff. Hold up whatever you want to hold up, because I'm gonna take a picture. Hold on. Yeah. All right, good. Hold up something that we can see. Mia, are you cooking with us? Uh-oh, I can't. Is that Mia? Yeah, Mia. Mia, you cooking with us?
So prior to this meeting, I ended up having like really, really, really bad stomach pains, and I was just so out of it, but I wanted to at least make this.
Got
And
it.
if we get the opportunity to do this again, I will be
Oh
in.
yeah, absolutely. All
So I'm
right, so ladies,
yeah.
like tilt your plate to the camera because I'm doing a screenshot. What's Adrian doing? There you go. Yeah. I
This
got
is the list.
it.
Oh my
I
God.
will be making this salad tomorrow for sure. Because
Oh,
it looks
really
amazing.
good.
beautiful. Oh my God. I'm gonna send
Yay.
it to you guys. It's so good. Actually, look, I'm sending it to Anna right now.
It looks
And I'm
amazing.
sending this to you right now, honey. Okay.
Y'all check out the mousse. Check out the mousse. I didn't pour it out of the blender yet, but check out the mousse.
It's gorgeous. See, yours is nice and thick. Ooh,
Yes.
wee.
That's gorgeous.
I almost couldn't get the blender to cooperate. It was like, keep mixing, keep mixing.
Me too.
And then guess what? After a while, just let it go. You gotta be patient. It's gonna just smooth itself out. People like, it's not doing what I just chill out. It's gonna do what it needs to do. Like we started it and it was green. Remember, it was green. And then now look at this. It's chocolatey. Boom. You know what I'm saying? So we just gotta slow down. We gotta slow on down. Okay. All right, so this is what I want everyone to do. Look in the chat. Look in the chat and go to that link. That's my YouTube channel. And I want you to subscribe. So I'm growing my YouTube channel and really putting a lot of intention and love and light into that channel to give you guys like good content around living a plant-based lifestyle. We have our Healing Me First podcast on there. Those episodes come out on Wednesdays. The past episodes, we have like 20 episodes already, so you can check that out. We have master classes on there. So just stay connected there. And I'm also on Instagram and all the other places, but I really want you guys to be there because that way you can have more of an intimate relationship with me because I'll be teaching there. You can always do another book and cook and we just do different recipes. You can absolutely do that. And then also I wanted to tell y'all about two other things that I do with cooking. We have Meal Prep Sundays, which is you coming to Atlanta. You guys can stay at the Wellness Center. You can cook with me live here if you want to come to the Wellness Center. That's this space. And then we do those classes on Sundays. They go from like 12 to 2:30. So if you want to come and spend the night, you could do that, cook, and then get on the road and go home and do your thing. We also have our cooking program. It's called Transform and Thrive with Plant-Based Foods. And that one, it's a 6-month program if you're interested in learning how to cook raw food, you use the essential oils more, get, from a clinical standpoint, why it's important to eat plant-based, and then the dietetics, what are the nutritional benefits of eating plant-based, as well as my style of cooking. So that's a real nice program that I kicked off during the pandemic. And, my students basically got me to start it back up again because I was like, we need those recipes and we need you to help us with this, that, and the other. So we actually meet every month and we cook together now, which is kind of exciting. So yes, y'all, this was wonderful. You guys have any questions about anything at all? Anything?
Before
you
anyone
please-
begins with a question, I do want to.
Uh-oh. Anna, you all breaking up over there? I don't know what's going on with that stuff. Anna.
Go ahead, Diane.
Oh, I definitely wanted Chef B to share that info on how to get more wholesome veggies. Because I realized, I can go to my local grocery stores here, really deep-seated West Indian societies around here. We can get lots of good veggies, but not great veggies.
Yeah.
And there are times like finding things as simple as almond milk sometimes is a challenge.
So make your own
So-
almond milk. I just showed you what to do.
You just did, and that was awesome. I noticed too, I'll get the almonds, but the almonds, they don't, maybe it's me, but they don't feel right. I don't know how other way to say it.
Getting raw almonds or roasted almonds?
Raw almonds, raw almonds. Sometimes they
Yeah,
just
raw
look,
almonds ain't gonna look. They're like the seeds. They're seeds. So with raw almonds, you just gotta soak them and reconstitute them.
okay, so I have to make
So
them.
we just need to do another class. That's what I'm hearing you say. We gotta do another class.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
Anna, we all
Because
excited.
there's a lot that
to
you
know.
offered here. Yes. And I love to eat my veggies. Anna knows. Like I cook for the kids myself all the time. And sometimes I find it a struggle. I will go 45 minutes for a drive to Whole Foods because that's the nearest Whole Foods to me. You know, to get organic products here.
Where
Nope.
you at again? Where you at now?
I'm in Cambria Heights in Queens.
Oh, you in
It's not
Queens.
like I'm in the you know, are you seeing my little munchkin here? Say hello.
Oh
Hi.
my goodness.
Hi.
He's munchkin number 2, Dylan. So
Hi,
so, yeah,
beautiful.
thank you for my hug. He came over to give me, he always comes and randomly just gives me hugs. That's my
So
hugger.
I will say this to you.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm from New York, Diane, and
Yes.
you know, like Queens is a food desert. It just is. It just
Mm-hmm.
so
I
yeah,
have to
they
go to
have grocery
Nassau.
stores, but like the stuff that you gonna want, you gotta go to like Brooklyn. You
Mm-hmm.
gotta go to, and like even like certain parts of Brooklyn, you're gonna have to go. You're gonna have to go to Manhattan.
Mm-hmm.
There's a farmers market that happens around Columbia Circle every week. You're gonna have to do,
Columbus Circle and
you
Union
don't have to
Square.
like, you're gonna have to just do a little extra to get what you need, because it's just the kinds of people that live in Queens. I don't know. It's just they eat a lot of meat. They're not eating vegetables like that.
Mm-hmm. Which
That's
always
just,
astonished me because I mean, when we talk about my dad, all he eats pretty much vegetables, root vegetables. He'll do cassava, you name the yam, you know, like all of it. But then he also does the dasheen bush. He does the collards. He does mustard greens. But what we get here,
yeah.
thankfully, you told me don't worry about the brown stuff in the greens because when I see the brown stuff in the greens, it's just a total turnoff.
Yeah. Now look, let me be clear. If most of the greens are brown, don't take that
No,
one.
correct. No.
No,
Right.
don't do that. But if it's like just a little, like, you know, just we gotta measure it, right? Gosh, there's so much to know. There's so much to know.
Like,
But like
look,
I'm saying is
this was
like,
left over from the Swiss chard. You see
yeah,
what I
like
mean?
that's fine. Just cut that thing up and add it to the
Mhm.
plate. Ain't
Yep.
nothing wrong with that thing because it got a hole in it. Please.
Well, it was the mush around it that got me. It's the
Girl,
slimy.
please. Whatever.
Yeah.
That thing going into your belly and it's gonna get what it get. Please.
Awesome. Okay. Cool.
Thank you,
Cool.
Diane, for saying that because honestly, that's my issue too. So thank you for clearing that out.
I like it to look pristine and
To
crisp,
look
like
all
it.
pretty. I get
Yeah.
it. I get
Yeah,
it.
but that's
It
also why
good.
Misfits and I struggle.
Yeah, that well, Misfit, that's yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna get some good deals on those boxes for sure, because they getting
Absolutely.
that produce for free.
Thank you for helping to remove that because that was a weight on me. Like it doesn't look right. But here's the flip side. To make them look perfect, we usually have to doctor them up. So that's usually not the best stuff for
That's
us
actually
anyway.
how our veggies used to look, like
Right.
that.
Right. You
And
know,
we started
two-sided
engineering them to look all pretty for the market. So
Right.
you're actually getting what the veggies should look like with the Misfit box. Or when
Gotcha.
you are going to like a grower or something like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yes. All right. Thank you much.
Okay, Anna,
This
let's
was-
try again, boo, because I don't know what was happening before.
Oh, I was just gonna recommend piggybacking off of what you said about another session. So I was gonna offer two things that I loved in your cookbook and one that's not. The basil lime watermelon crush, because we're approaching watermelon season or kind of in watermelon season.
Yeah.
And then the sorrel lime cooler,
Yeah.
because of the health benefits. But the one that's not on your in your cookbook was lucky black eyed pea stew. I know it's summertime or whatever, but I love that one. And so I just wanted to throw that one in.
Got you. Yeah, and that was a special recipe card that I inserted in your book. We don't have any more of those, so got you. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to do something special and then really show you how to do some fresh raw milks as well. So we could do like a liquids class if you like, because I know that people struggle with buying boxed things. And what I'm saying is y'all need to do none of that. You can make your own milk. Curd. It's gonna be fresher, it's gonna taste good, it's gonna also just be better, and then you can control the quantity that you make with almonds, with hemp seeds, with walnuts, with pumpkin seeds. Like, you don't want to limit yourself to the seed or nut that you use. And the cool thing is, when you go to the market, now they got oat milk. So there's usually oat milk, you see soy milk, you see almond milk. That's about it. Maybe a cashew milk, 4. But some people have nut allergies. They can't do almond or cashew. Some people don't want to deal with oats because it has gluten and all of that. So let me just show you how to make your own milk for your own personal, whatever your dietary need is. And then you can rock and roll how you need to rock and roll. Make sense?
Great. Yes.
Yeah. So we could do a liquids session if you like. Do some
So
stuff
I've had
in the cookbook, and then we could do some other stuff that's not in the cookbook.
Good, because I got a question and piggyback and also answer. So my first question is, if my pudding is not as
Thick?
yes, what
Yeah,
do
just
I
add
do?
some more chia seeds. What is it
Yeah.
like? What's the consistency?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not bad. It's not. I mean, it's not super thick, but it's not super loose.
Pull up some.
Oh yeah, it's not bad. You could just basically just
Sorry,
add
let
some
me take a
more,
little.
reblend it. You could add a little bit more chia seeds to that, and a little bit
Okay.
more avocado, and then yours just needs to go in the fridge and set.
Okay. Okay.
Because what's going to happen
Right.
is that once it gets cold, it's going to stiffen up. So yours
And my
just
chips are smaller too. I end up having the mini chip.
So yeah, just keep going with that. Just keep blending, and then add a little bit more chia, add a little bit more avocado if you have it. If you don't, just portion it out in like little containers and then put in the fridge, and it'll get
Okay.
set.
Yeah, that chia will really
And then-
thicken up.
Oh, say it again.
No, I was
Adrian?
saying once you put that chia in the refrigerator, it'll really thicken up. So
Okay.
really good.
Yeah, I'll put some more. Then the other question, or piggybacking on the liquids thing, I would like to learn how to make other things than milk based, and I'm doing, because I'm not a huge almond milk. I mean, I've done it before, but normally, I would like to learn how to make fresher drinks. So like, how you have the whole water and lemons, or you have the water with cucumbers, the water, more the fruit infused or even herbs. So I would like to see, like to do that if you can teach that as well.
Yeah. So this
Or even
is
juices.
Yeah, so just so you know, you're talking about more than 2 recipes, which I'm happy to do. So we can still do another 2 hours, and then we can I think what we'll do is this. I'm going to send you guys a survey. And in the survey, what you'll do is just respond, like, what kinds of things would you like to see, da, 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 da.
Perfect.
And then we'll schedule another class. So Sundays are good for you guys, right?
Yes.
Yes, awesome. And then it'll be like the same price as this one, less the shipping because I'm not shipping anything. So it'll be $55 for the class for each person. And then what we'll do is we'll just come together based on the survey responses, and y'all will tell me, okay, this is what I want to learn. And so it'll be like maybe 4 or 5 recipes that we'll try to knock out in that 2-hour period. Simple stuff, simple. How'd it sound? That sound good?
Sounds good to me.
Awesome. When would y'all want to do the next class? When would y'all
Anna
want?
usually decides and picks her dates. So
I know, she really does.
I'll work
Open
with
to
Anna.
whatever
I'll work
y'all
with
looking
Anna.
for.
I'll work with Anna about that. Is that
Okay.
cool?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll work on that. And then, yeah, we'll plan for a class either this month or maybe next month. Y'all just tell me what works for you. It'll work around my, the meal prep Sunday classes and the other stuff that I do, where we can meet virtual like this. This is awesome. This is awesome.
This is fantastic. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm glad that we did it. This is awesome. What I was gonna say, I'm gonna edit this and give you guys a nice recording of the two things that we did. So it won't have all of this conversation, but I'm glad I'm capturing it because it's gonna be very helpful. Did you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
The other thing that I would really like for you guys to do is do a Google review for me. Can y'all do that?
Oh, I
So,
love review.
hold on, let me see if I can grab the link right now. So what's happening, y'all, is people are finding what I'm doing on Google, which has been amazing. And they're just like, yo, let me work with you. I want to work with you. So I just want to really work to build up that Google review as much as possible with all the things that we do. So I sent you guys the link. So you guys can take your time, go through that, write a review. That would be nice. And I'll send you an email with the recording and then the survey, just so that we can figure out what's going to be in the next class. Anna's already suggested sorrel lime cooler and the watermelon crush. But then I hear y'all want some nut milks or seed milks, which is dope. And then so we'll figure all of that stuff out so you guys can have time to get your ingredients. If you want essential oils, you want to go here. This is my doTERRA site so that you can get your oils. You might have to copy and put it in the URL. I don't know, it didn't create like a link. Essentially chefb.com. And then if you want me to help you kind of get your kitchen oils together so that you have more than just one or two for cooking, I can do that too. So we can have a conversation and I can order them for you and then ship them to you. It's up to you how you want to do it, or you can do it yourself. It's up to you. Okay. All right. Any other questions? Mia, are you complete? Diane, are you complete?
Yes.
Karen, complete?
Yes.
Yes.
Adrian, are you complete?
Absolutely.
Anna, are you complete?
A couple things almost. So Mia, if you want to cook together, I still have things left. We can cook together. So I don't want you to miss out on the experience of cooking together. It's powerful when, two women do that. So I'm happy to cook with you whatever day you want this week, is what I wanted to share.
Yes, I would love that. I will.
Oh, yay. So we'll talk offline. And the next thing I wanted to say, the final thing I wanted to say before I'm complete is, Chef B, just thank you. It matters to me that this group of women have this knowledge, this information to care for themselves in a certain way and care for the people that they love in a certain way. So I really appreciate you sharing this information and not gatekeeping it and not making it so priced where where it's a challenge.
Yes.
Right. So I really appreciate that because I know food is medicine. And I really appreciate you sharing again this information with this group. So thank you.
Oh, thank you. So like what I would say to you all is thank you. Thank you so much. And I just really want to continue expanding what we're doing here at the Healing Me First Wellness Center. I sent you the link to healingmefirst.com. If you know other people that would take full advantage of this cooking experience, the Book and Cook, gift it to them or get another group of women together who haven't gotten the cookbook and we can cook. Like, that's the cool thing about this. It can be a completely different experience, because we select different recipes and then like, boom, it's just a whole new class. So if you know a group of women that you want to love on and serve in your community individually that would benefit from the Book and Cook experience like this, let's do it. And I'm happy to, I love, this is what I do. This is my ministry. So thank you, Anna, for helping make this happen.
Thank you, Anna. And thank you, Sheffy.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
welcome. You're
Thank you,
welcome.
Stephanie. Thanks, Anna.
Yes. So you guys are all going to get added to my newsletter. So you guys will get connection to all that I do. I usually send out a newsletter every week with like a recipe or just like what we're doing in the community, just let you know what's happening. And so, yeah, you can stay connected, but YouTube is a good place because I post on there just about every day, something new, a short. I'm going to actually go on live today, maybe around 4:30 and talk a little bit about No Chew Day. So today's my No Chew Day, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that today. So if you want to jump on and learn a little bit about why I don't chew on Sundays, you can do that too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I call it No Chew Sundays. Yep. So for you guys, I just noticed I didn't eat any of this. I had some of this. I just wanted to taste it because I didn't chew it. But yeah, I don't chew on Sundays. Yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing.
It's pretty cool.
Yes. All right. So it's 3:06. I want to make sure I'm honoring y'all's time and Sunday. This was absolutely incredible. Anna, you got the photograph?
Yes, I did, and I sent it to everyone. Thank
Oh,
you.
good, good, good. That's such a dope photo, y'all. Oh my gosh. Super dope. Super dope. So yes, pleasure, pleasure, pleasure. And I know I'm going to see y'all soon.
Absolutely.
It was wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye, everybody. Nice seeing everybody.
Yeah.
Nice
Bye,
to see you
everyone.
too.
All right,
Bye.
y'all.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Bye.